pipeline. We've got pressure that we have to hit these targets and all of that stuff, and that puts this pressure on. If we were to collectively, as an industry, go, no,
100%.
that's what I'm trying to do. Go, no.
Yeah,
we want. We actually
say.
I want to flip it around from and I've seen nearly 100 agencies now, and probably a couple of them who are in a very lucky position where they're not desperate, but most agencies are absolutely desperate for new business. I want brands to be desperate to work with the best agencies in the UK and flip that paradigm. We can only do that if we all go.
If we're all a bit stricter. I had this conversation with Mark Ritson, not to name drop, but in Ibiza, I asked him his thoughts on.
It's not a bad one, is it?
His thoughts on pitching, and he said the thing is, he said you can have as many rules as you like. He said, but at the end of the day, you'll say no because it doesn't tick your boxes. Somebody else will say yes. He said, that's the problem we've got.
It's like, should I be there so my competition are on? And also, I think the respect thing is interesting because, and what you're saying, Nikki, is, which I agree with, why don't the brands have higher standards?
Because we've given so much away over the years. You look at some of the big plays, and I won't say which networks, but you see those massive brands that they give away, to get the media, they give away the creative. Yeah. And actually, if you look at the arms race we're in now, it's creative that is the difference. It's creative that's the added value. But that's been, it's expected as a bit of a giveaway, and that passion has been taken for granted. And I think until we sort of rise up, it sounds like a bit of a revolution, but I do think we need to go, stop. If you want to work with the best agencies, you've got to play the game our way now.
So taking that into context of where the market is right now, because it's tough for most businesses, right? Yeah. The brands should be more sympathetic to what's going on, right? Because they are asking for more, probably for a little bit less, and so on and so on and so on. How do we change that? Now, Adam, you, as you said, mostly don't pitch.
No, we will pitch, but it depends if we can lead in. I mean, I won't do it on blind. I won't do an ROI. It's just a waste of time. It's like throwing darts at a dartboard. I'll look at the scoring system. We had one once. No, actually not that long ago, which was for a destination, which I won't name. And we looked at their scoring system, which I don't agree with either. You don't fucking score things. Everyone has different views.
But that's why it feels like exploitation. That's why it feels like our backs are against the wall and we have to say yes to things. And not necessarily even from a principal point of view, but even just things you just think.
Commercial perspective.
Or you have to go for stuff you know the agency isn't going to be brilliant at or hasn't got the experience, and you think, we'll get that experience in if we win the pitch. Or, it's all those things, and that isn't how it should work.
Well, during hard times as well, during recession, I mean, we've done four recessions in our history, and then you notice that the bigger agencies, and we were an independent, and then the big agencies start flying around your patch, don't they? And suddenly you've got Saatchi. Well, we always pitched against Saatchi, actually. We always did very well against them. But you get big agencies, big networks going for your stuff, and they throw, they throw money at it. Yeah, and they offer the first year for free. And then the other thing that fucking winds me up is media agencies who give free creative.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Shit creative, but it's
shit free. Creative, but it's free. And then they go, well, we've been offered the creative for free by this. And then you go, well, how are you going to compare it? And you look at it and say, look, I'm going to be honest with you, it's shit.
But anybody who's running a network who is giving away the creative is a numbers person, not a creative person, doesn't understand what this is.
Which is most of the people we're pitching to, isn't
it?
Exactly
what it's all about.
Pitching and to numbers people all the time.
That's where you need that guidance through the pitch process. The person who's, the intermediary who's running the pitch has to be saying, do you know what, brand, you're fucking lucky you're going to get these 3 agencies pitching for you because they're fucking amazing.
What you're saying also there leads me to a question of, follow the process or break the process.
Never break the process, but you've got
to
have a police.
Really?
But you've got to have a police person saying if you break the process, there are consequences. So in my new world, you're not allowed to over deliver. So the over delivering thing, we think it's a good thing to go, what can we do more that other agency? You're just giving more stuff away. So in my process, if you over deliver on the 10%, which is the brief, and you give away more, you're sin binned off my list for 6 months.
But how many times?
Because there are 8,
another agency did more.
Yeah. But there
that's
is
what they've won.
And exactly. And if they're only winning because they did more, then who's helping that brand? Saying they did more, so you should give it to them. It still might not be the right partner. Just because they're giving away more doesn't mean they're the better agency to work on your thing. And there's a few agencies at the moment. There's a terrible thing going on where the whole pitch process is shifted, where chemistry is a tissue is a pitch, right? Everything's shifting forwards. Yeah. And there are some agencies that are going in saying, we're testing the client. So we're going to do the whole pitch in the first meeting. And if they haven't got the ambition or they don't want to work, we're testing them. And they're fucking it for everyone else because the client's going, oh my God, they've practically shot the ad, they've practically done the work. And then that's giving more away and devaluing what we do.
That's not a tissue session, is it?
That's not, and that's killing it. That's killing the industry.
Okay, so you're anti-breaking the process.
Yes.
You, Nikki?
I think breaking the process in the interest of assuming you know better is a good thing. And I think generally agencies do know a lot more than the brands they're pitching to about that particular thing. So I know I like horses for courses, I guess. I think reading the room's important, isn't it? Like really kind of straight down the line clients with procurement involved, there's a job to do. If you think they're a more innovative client, then coming in and being standout, I think is important. So for me, pitch is always about reading the room and as much like upfront understanding of who you're pitching to. It's that chameleonism, isn't it, that agencies need. Like, yes, we all want to be true to what we stand for and what we believe in. However, to be brilliant, we have to be chameleons too. And so I think, a lot of it is about understanding who the buyer is, what their personality is, all that kind of stuff. For me, dictates whether I'd break it or not.
I'm probably a fan of tweaking the process to a degree, and I guess it depends on what it means by breaking what the process is and how you break it. But I often find or feel that pitch opportunities, they're very rarely a level playing field. Like, how often do you lose a pitch and then you find out?
But that's why it has to be. There has to be rules that you don't break.
But there never is. So we'll often get a rule that you can only funnel communication or questions through the head of procurement or this person.
But the process is broken.
Yeah, right. But if the process is broken, we're going to tweak that and break that process slightly.
That's fine.
And someone in the agency might know a really great contact who's head of marketing. Now, sometimes they will reach out and go, what's going on here? Is this only a pitch because it's over 50 grand's worth of value and you have to have 4 agencies and that's your procurement process? Is it genuine? Are you just going to keep on working with the incumbent? So it's like, it's not really breaking a process, but you're using your opportunity
but if you have
slightly
no
to
police
advantage.
person who's going, these are your red lines and these are the rules. If we all follow the same rules, it is a level playing field. Yeah. If you're not allowed to reach out to the clients, you have to do the questions through me. But which I know this happens, that agency worked with that client 10 years ago. They're going to have a round-the-back conversation. Yeah. That's going to happen. That's not fair in the other 2 or 3 agencies, and they've broken the process, and it's a waste of time. So if you're going to have rules, someone has to police them. Yeah. And if you break the rules, there has to be a consequence.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I agree.
And then it's a level playing field.
Yes.
If it isn't, all gloves are off, I think.
But wasn't there, and I can't remember who told me the story, and I'm not going to mention the agents, but it was maybe it was even you that told me the story, but not in a business that you were in, just for legal reasons. One of the big ad agencies owned the cab company. Do you know this one?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it. Yeah.
And what they'd do is they'd have the client picked up post-pitch. Did you tell me this?
No. Possibly.
I've heard
this.
It's
in
there. And they had the cab company pick the client up and go, where do you need to go? We'll take you back to Waterloo, whatever it may be. And the cab would be like, oh, yeah. Because, naturally, you're going to talk in the cab.
You do, though. That's where you let it all out, right?
Yeah.
In that cab.
And apparently that was part of their pitch strategy. Then what they would do was they go, oh, shit, we totally fucked this up. Or the creative wasn't right, or the strategy wasn't right, or the pitch was. It's like, oh, we pitched the wrong deck. Can you come back tomorrow and can we repitch? So, I mean, who knows?
If I was a client and somebody rang me and said, "Oh, we're that stupid. We pitched the wrong deck. Can you come again?"
A massive question mark.
I mean, no, that really that's not a second chance.
I don't know where I heard that. Maybe I dreamt it.
And most of the time now, right? You're not actually talking directly to the clients. You're talking to head of procurement. And they are not going to counter that. They're not going to counter that stuff, are they? And actually, we know if we ever enter into a procurement-led pitch, we know if the procurement person puts in the feedback call, we're like, fuck, we've lost it. We've lost it. And if the brand team put in the call, you're like, amazing. Smack my bitch up.